Good day! Are we digitally ready? This is the question that teachers and learners are probably asking right now. With the advent of DepEd's Digital Rights program, the Open Educational Resources, or OER, was woven together and finally realized. This project prioritizes the necessity to enhance the digital literacy skills of every teacher and learner in the country. Our OER mission is to connect the disconnected. OER is indeed an innovative initiative with a lofty aim to get disconnected schools and last-mile schools connected through ICT even without an internet connection.
It is designed to cater to the need of these schools for interactivity, digitalization, and delivery of 21st century skills that will ensure that every learner is future ready. Join us in another training workshop and learn more about open educational resources, whose primary purpose is to provide support and assistance to learners and teachers in this rapid advancement of technology. Our goal is to build and strengthen the capabilities of public and private teachers, school heads, and supervisors by teaching you to create and design interactive, localized, and contextualized instructional materials for teaching using basic, advanced, and proficiency software and tools. Surely, this will be another exciting and engaging webinar training workshop. Together, let's all rise amidst this crisis. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong edukalidad!
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our module, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Good day everyone! Ayan, ako, isa na namang amazing Monday sa ating lahat. Ako po muli ang inyong tutor Vandong mula sa SDO Malabon City para naman po sa grade 9 science. Alright? So, ang dami nating pinag-aralan nung nakaraang linggo, di ba? Talaga namang every Monday nakatutok na sa atin. Ayan ang ating mga viewers mula sa, of course, Malabon National High School. Nandiyan ang San Mariano National High School. Nakikita ko na silang lahat. Ayan. Sa ngalan po ni Tutor Kevin, na akin ang direktor, no? Kayo po ay miss na rin niya. Kaya lang talaga meron siyang ibang task. Alright? So, kaya naman, simulan na natin itong pagkatuto ngayong linggong ito or ngayong Lunes na ito. Ayan, mula sa Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Hello, Aaron Dasyan. Hello sa iyo. Thank you so much. Huwag kalimutan mga learners na itutok na i-share, no, na tumutok at i-share itong ating episode ngayong araw na ito or ating session ngayong araw na ito, ha. At ang Alibadabad National High School, ayan, nakikita ko na sila. Hello po, Ma'am Maribel Orago Imperial. Salamat po sa inyo, ma'am. Sa inyong pagtutok, sila ay mula sa Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School. Hello sa inyo dyan. Ayan. Ayan ako, nahandyan ang aking presentation. Pero syempre pa tayo ay napapanood ngayon ng live mula sa DepEd ETUlay official Facebook page at DepEd ETUlay YouTube channel. Kaya naman wag po natin kalimutang i-share para marami po tayong ma-reach. Dahil nung nakaraang linggo, okay, ng ating Q3 Week 5, pinag-usapan natin ang climate change. Okay? So ano ba yung mga nakakatakot, diba? Yung mga nangyayari, ay yung mga rising of sea level na yan, may kinalaman ng climate change dyan. Ang magkakaroon ng warmer ocean, damage on corals, strong storms and typhoons. Ayan yung mga nararanasan natin na ngayon, ano? Change in animal migration, changing rain, okay, and snow patterns. Ayan yung mga nabanggit natin nung nakaraang linggo. At yung higher temperature nga, okay, and heat waves na talaga ng mga matindi, no? Ayan, alam ko sumasang-ayon sa akin si Ma'am Judy Malagrito. Hello, Ma'am Judy Malagrito, Crystalline Acera from San Mariano National High School. Thank you so much po, ma'am, sa inyong pagtutok ngayong hapon. Huwag kong kalimutang i-share pa ito sa inyong mga GC learners, no? Teachers, parents, ayan. Maraming salamat po. At ngayong week na ito, syempre hindi naman pwedeng tumigil tayo doon lang, no? Siyempre, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa pagbibigay at paghahatid ng karunungan sa lahat at kaalaman. Alright? So tayo ngayon ay nasa Q3 Week 6 na at ito ay may kinalaman sa constellation at different times of the year. Ayan, ako mapapakanta tayo ng Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star mamaya na dahil yan ang ating topic ngayon. Ayan, tamang-tama yan dahil yung isa nating section dito, ayan o. Mukhang star na star ang dating ng kanyang pangalan. Pero dahil binabanggit ko na yung star, no? Bago ko magpatuloy, binabanggit ko na yung star, babatiin ko na yung star at makikipag-ugnayan sa akin ang star of the week natin nung week 5. Okay? At yan ay walang iba kundi si Betchamar B. Gonzalez. Betchamar, nandyan ka na ba, Betchamar? Kung nandyan ka na, Betchamar, nako, meron akong surprise ang kaunti para sa iyo at tayo mag-usap mamaya. Ayan? So, Betchamar, ang ating star. Okay, of week 5, ayan si Betchamar. Okay, so eto na, no? Tuloy-tuloy na tayo dahil excited na. Alam ko, excited na ang ating mga learners na matuto. So we are on Q3 week 6, that's cancellation at different times of the year. And our most essential learning competency ay show which constellations may be observed at different times of the year using models. And that's with the code S9ES-3J34. Alright? And syempre pa, hindi naman pwedeng mawala itong ating mga learning objectives. At ito yung matututunan ng ating mga learners for today. The first one is they can be able to describe a constellation and its origin. Number 2, identify some constellations observed in the northern and southern hemisphere. Number 3, describe the position of a constellation in the course of night. Okay? Meron pa. Number 4, explain why some constellations are not seen at certain months. Bakit nga ba, no? Number 5, identify constellations that may be observed at different times of the year in the Philippine sky. Ayan, ako, nag-uumapaw ang ating learning objectives ngayong hapong ito, no? Kaya naman, bago tayo magsimula, batiin ko muna, syempre pa, yung writer natin. Maraming salamat sa writer ng ating module mula sa SDO Malabon, si Ma'am Jackie Floriano at si Sir Relenito Tabios from SDO Malabon. Hello, SDO Malabon, ang aking my head, Ma'am Aina Trogo, ang aking school head, Ma'am Victoria Digulan. And syempre pa, yung aking friendship na lagi ring nakatutok, no? Si Sir Alfonso. Okay, si Sir Lowell Alfonso na kasama ng aking head na nakatutok daw, batiin ko daw siya. Ayan, so let's proceed now. Ito na ang ating discussion, pero syempre bago yan, alamin ko muna kung marami bang alam ang ating mga learners dito sa constellation. Tingnan nga natin, ang Magdalena Gafford High School ay nandyan na. Tingnan natin kung masasagot ito ng mga taga Magdalena Gafford High School. Alright, let's proceed with question number 1 of our pre-assessment. Which statement is true about stars? Ayan, stars talaga yung ating topic, ano? A, stars are made of dust particles. B, stars are made of liquid substances. C, stars are made of different solid rocks. Or D, stars are made of hydrogen and helium gas. Answer mo, show mo. Ayan, namimiss ko si Tutor Kevin pag nagsasalita ko ng answer mo, show mo eh. Okay, tingnan natin learners, so pipili ako ulit. Okay, nang magwawagi ng kaunti lang naman na pang-load, no? Gcash load. Ayan, so tingnan natin kung alam ang sagot sa first question. Napakasimple lang nito. Alam ko masasagot. Thank you, Ma'am Maridet Agravante Bailon. Ayan, nanonood siya sa atin from Ocampo National High School. Hello po sa inyo. Ayan, si Aljay Bin Oblinda. Nanonood siya. Alright, sabi ni Mark Dave, letter D. Sabi ni Mike Jairus, letter C. Maureen Perez, letter C daw. So tingnan na natin kung tama ba ang kanilang mga sagot. Sabi ni Elisha, letter D daw. And Siyempre pa, the correct answer is letter D. Stars are made of hydrogen and helium gas. All right, next, let's proceed with question number 2. What is the closest star to Earth? All right, closest, be careful with that. Closest. A, Antares. B, Rigel. C, Sirius. Or letter D, Sun. Okay, so what is the closest star to Earth? We are pertaining to closest. Okay, so learners, answer mo, show mo. Alright, ayan, si Gwyneth, letter C daw. Ito si Graham Moore, ayan na. Umahataw na si Graham Moore. Letter D daw, according to Graham Moore. Letter D. Sabi rin ni Queenie, letter D daw. Okay, so Ma'am Elena Francisco, thank you so much po. Ayan na ang Kaibiga High School. Ayan, nakatutok na ang Kaibiga. Okay, sabi ni Adrian, sinabi niya na talaga hindi na letter, sun daw. Alright, so what is the correct answer to question number 2? What is the closest star to Earth? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. No, closest kasi yung tinatanong natin. So the correct answer is letter D, sun. Okay, kasi baka mamaya kasi ang ano nung iba, nearest eh. So that's a different thing. No? Nearest is the Alpha. Okay, or the Proxima Centauri. All right, so let's proceed now with question number 3. Okay, which statement is true about the color of stars? Siyempre may kulay, no? May kulay ang stars. All right, letter A, it indicates the surface temperature of stars. Letter B, it indicates the location of stars in the galaxy. Letter C, it indicates the amount of oxygen in each star. Or letter D, it indicates the distance of stars from the Earth. Answer mo. Show mo. Ayan, tingnan natin ang ating mga learners kung alam nila ang sagot sa number 3 dahil pipili tayo ng star of week 6. Ayan, dahil pinag-uusapan ng star. Thank you so much, Tala High School. Nakatutok na ang Tala High School. Okay, ayan, no? Thank you so much. Okay, so tingnan natin, sabi ni Mark Dave, letter A. Si Mark Dave, laging alerto, no? Baka itong maging star natin. Pero nasa pre-assessment pa lang tayo, Mark Dave. Hanggang quiz, aabangan kita. Alright, ang Jomantina, nakatutok na rin. And, okay, so the correct answer to this is letter A. It indicates the surface temperature of stars when we are talking about color. Alright, next, let's proceed with question number 4. Okay, so which stars do we always see at night? Okay, so ano ba yun? Yung lagi na lang natin nakikita daw sa gabi. Is it A, stars on the horizon? B, stars over the North Pole? C, stars in bigger constellations? Or D, stars in smallest constellations? Answer mo, show mo. Tingnan natin kung may advanced knowledge ang ating mga learners. Okay, so I think ito pa yung mga sagot nila kanina, no? So tingnan lang natin, medyo delay lang ng konti yan. Pero ayan na, nag-uumpisa ng sumagot si Harriet Kazero, letter A daw, sabi ni Queenie. Si Queenie rin, alerto din si Queenie. Tingnan natin kung hanggang mamayang quiz. Alerto si Queenie. Angeles, letter A din daw. Hello, Dennis Agustin from Ramon National High School. Alright, so the correct answer to question number 4 is stars over the North Pole. Alright, next question, number 5. Okay, which statement best describes constellations? Okay, best, the word there is best. You might be confused, no? Because yung iba dyan, talaga namang parang ganun, tama din yung sagot. But we are looking for the best description about constellation. All right, so is it letter A? It is a group of high-energy stars in the sky. B, it is a recognizable pattern of stars in the night sky. C, it is a collection of stars, dust, and rocks in the sky. Or is it D, it is a group of clouds and dust particles that form patterns in the sky, in the night sky. Alright, answer mo. Show mo. Ayan, tingnan natin ang ating mga learners na hataw na nagsasagot. Yes, si Graham Moore. Ayan, very active na si Graham Moore. Sabi niya, letter B. Richelle Kulili, letter B din. Shia Ruve, am I pronouncing it right? Yeah, letter B, according to her. Okay, so the correct answer to our question number 5, or last question, is letter B. Tama si Grammar, no? It is a recognizable pattern of stars in the night sky. That's the best description for constellation. All right? So, ayan. Naku, ang dami, no? Na-excite tuloy ako kasi ang dami ng alam ng ating mga learners dito sa ating topic, and they are very much interested to know, no? Marami tayong i-discuss ngayong araw. Kaya naman, simulan na natin ito with this one. Ayan. Naku, ang saya, no? Nakakakita tayo ng ganyan. Alam niyo, napaka-relaxing talaga, di ba, sa gabi, no? Kapag tumingin tayo sa mga bituin, di ba? mapapakanta ka talaga ng Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Ayan. So, ayan. Ano nga ba yung stars na yan? So, a star is a sphere of gas held together by its own gravity. Okay? So, the closest star to Earth is our very own sun. Ayan. So, yung ating sun talaga, di ba? Yan ang closest nga. Okay, binanggit natin yun kanina, yan yung ating closest star on Earth. Okay, so ano ba yan? Bakit? Yung sun pala ay star din. So ano nga iyan? Tingnan natin maigi. So pumunta tayo dito sa susunod nating slide para mas lalong maunawaan. No? So nakikita niyo yan, no? Yung mga stars na yan. At ito nga yung binabanggit na sun. Alright, ayan. So on your screen, you are seeing the sun. Okay, so ayan na, kitang-kita naman. Tama, ayan. So, batiin ko lang ang mga taga Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Thank you so much po for watching. Huwag pong kalimutan i-share po ang ating session for today. Ano po, pipili din ako ng maraming nakapag-share eh. Bibigyan din natin yan ng konting babuya. Ayan. So, we are talking about star. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin, ayun yung ating illustration. No? Okay, so the sun is a star. Okay, so the sun is a star, a hot ball of glowing gases, okay, at the heart of our solar system. Okay, so its influence extends far beyond the orbits of distant Neptune and Pluto. Without the sun, intense energy and heat, obviously, wala tayo sa mundo. Okay, there would be no life on Earth. And though it is special to us, there are billions of stars like suns scattered across the Milky Way galaxy. If the sun were as tall as a typical front door, okay, so we're just describing here the sun, the Earth would be the size of a U.S. nickel. The temperature of the sun's core is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm telling you some of the facts about the sun, right? The average diameter actually is 864,000 miles, about 109 times the size of the Earth. Grabe yung diameter, no? Okay, so ayan, nanonood sa atin ng taga-Kaibiga High School. Hello, Zyrene. Alright, so yung rotation period at equator about 27 days. Rotation period at poles is about 36 days. Surface temperature 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. My goodness, all right? And the composition is hydrogen and helium. Okay, so all those facts came from NASA. Okay, so ayan yung description, no, tungkol dyan sa na yan, no, talaga namang glowing, no, grabe, no? Ramdam natin, no, na iyan ay ball of flaming gas. Okay, it's a ball of flaming gas. About 150 kilometers away. Okay, so yung sun natin na yan, medium size pa lang yan, ha? Di ba binanggit natin yung diameter, no? Pero medium size star pa lang yan. Marami pang mas malaki dyan. Okay? So, ayan yung ilan lang sa mga description natin about the sun. Alright? So, let's now continue dahil ang dami pa natin kailangan i-discuss. Okay, so let's have this one. So, ito tayo sa characteristic of a star. Okay? So, there are 5 characteristics na babanggitin natin. The first one is about brightness. The next one is about color. Next one is about temperature. Next one is about size. And the last one is about mass. All right, so those are the characteristics of a star. Now, let us try to elaborate that one by one. Okay, so let's first start with brightness. Ayan, so nakikita natin dyan, no, yung brightness. Ayan. So, what do you mean by brightness? So, isa yung sa characteristic. Okay? So, bago ko muna banggitin, ituloy, no? Hello muna sa mga taga Doña Magdalena H. Gafood. Ayan, si Anastasia Bulan. Hello sa iyo dyan. Okay? Hello rin sa nanonood sa atin from Quirino National High School. Ayan, hello po. Okay? Salamat po sa panonood. Ayan, si Ma'am Elena Francisco. Salamat po sa iyong support, Ma'am Elena. Okay, so now we are talking about brightness here. Okay, of the star. So when we talk about brightness, okay, so definitely ang papasok sa atin yung si Sirius agad, no? The brightest star, si Sirius, no? Large and hot star shines brighter. Okay, large and hot star shines brighter. Okay, the brightness of a star is related to how much energy it puts out, as well as how close it is to Earth. So may kinalaman din yung distance. So when it comes, we're talking about brightness. Kasi may dalawang klase actually, no? So we have this what we call apparent brightness. Okay, so when we talk about apparent brightness, it is the brightness that you see from the Earth. All right, so that's the brightness that you just see from the Earth. So that is what we call apparent brightness. A hot large large star, okay, from the Earth, kumbaga, does not look very bright. Okay? So that is for apparent brightness. But when we talk about absolute brightness, okay, so absolute brightness is the brightness. Okay, this is the brightness if the same stars are of the same distance, okay, from the Earth. All right, so that is what we called absolute brightness compared to the first one, which I discussed about this, the apparent brightness. Ayun nga yung brightness that you see from the Earth, right? So ayan, alam ko na, sumasang-ayon sa akin dyan ang San Mariano National High School from SDO Isabela, si Chris Emmanuel. Hello sa iyo dyan, right? At ang Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines, John Kyle. Okay? So next one, so ayan nga yung brightness, no? Next one, tandaan natin yan, large and hot star shines brighter. Okay, and we have this brightest star which is Sirius. All right? Next, color and temperature. Ayan naman, ako pag color and temperature naman, ano naman ang meron kapag color and temperature na ang pinag-uusapan? Okay, so alam ko meron, ay yung iba dyan, alam na alam itong ano na to eh. Meron tayong kasing class, okay? So meron tayong spectral class na tinatawag eh. So binigyan natin yun ng statement, di ba? Yung kahit ako yung nag-aaral ako, alam na alam ko itong, oh, be a fine guy, kiss me. Di ba? Oh, be a fine guy, kiss me para ma-identify natin yung O, B, F, G, K, M na yan, no? Alright. So, color and temperature. Stars vary in color because they vary in temperature. All right? Hotter stars appear blue or white. Okay? While cooler stars look orange or red. So, astronomers use these characteristics to classify main sequence stars into categories, all right? By color and temperature. So, ito na yung sinasabi natin. So, kung nakikita natin, no, yung una natin, di ba? O is for blue, and then we have B for blue-white. A for white, F yellow white, G yellow, K orange, M red. Okay? So that is from hottest, all right, to coolest, and from biggest to smallest. All right? Na yung ating tinutukoy na when we talk about this characteristic of color and temperature. So ayan nga yung tandaan lang natin. Oh, be a fine guy, kiss me. Okay? Oh, be a fine guy, kiss me. So kung mapapansin nyo, alin dyan yung hottest? Siyempre pa yung kulay blue. Okay? So the blue stars are the hottest stars. Alright? So yung cold, actually, no, meron tayong trivia dyan eh. So yun nga, yung blue stars are the hottest. And we have this coldest star. Okay? So according to National Geographic, yung coldest star natin, yung brown dwarf na tinatawag, no? Alam ko sumasang-ayon dyan ang taga Godofredo Reyes na National High School SDO Camarines or si Kyla. Okay? So ang coldest star ay tinatawag na brown dwarf. Okay? So that's according to National Geographic. Alam nyo na ito daw ay no warmer than a freshly brewed coffee. Ganun lang siya, no? Ka-warm, kumbaga. Kaya nga siya tinawag na coldest. Alright? Si brown dwarf. Alright. Now, let's proceed with the next characteristic. Okay, so next one is what we call size and mass. All right. So ano naman ang meron sa size and mass? So when we talk about size and mass, ang papasok agad sa atin, ayan, no? So yung meron agad napapasok sa ating isipan, di ba? Because most of the stars like the sun are medium-sized stars lang. Di ba sinabi nga natin kanina, no, na yung sun ay medium-sized lang, di ba? Pero itong red giant at super giant, okay, are large stars. Okay, so these are large stars. Okay, and pag pinag-usapan naman natin yung mass, no, stars have life cycle kasi eh. Stars have life cycle. Okay, depends on its initial mass. So doon magdedepende yung kanilang buhay, no? So low mass or small stars survive for billions of years. Okay, so large stars survive for a few million years and then die into a supernova. Okay, of course with the big explosion, no? Okay, so yan nga, yung nakasulat dati, basahin lang natin yung nakikita niyo dyan sa screens niyo, no? All stars, even the sun, will age and die. Okay, most stars grow into red giants, then collapse in a cold dense star called white dwarfs. Okay, the highest mass stars explode violently. Okay, a supernova or even a black hole. Okay, so yun yung sinasabi natin, no? Kanina pa, no? Na ayan nga, meron silang life cycle. Okay, so buhay na buhay at mag-explode, no? Right. Now, ay, biglang lumipat Okay. So now, eto na tayo. So dahil napag-usapan na natin, 'di ba, yung ating mga life cycle na yan, dahil nga discuss lang under a time pressure. Kaya naman na binibilisan lang natin ng konti. Pero kahit papano, di ba? Alam na alam natin yung flow ng ating discussion ay maayos at alam kong naiintindihan tayo ng taga-Pulong Buhangin National High School. Hello sa inyo dyan. Okay? So ayan, may nakikita kong mga bago nating kasama. No? Siyempre pa, hindi nawawala. Hello, Ma'am Eleanor Aquino from Partida National High School. Ma'am Eleanor, si Ma'am Eleanor ay makakasama natin sa week 8. Ayan, makakasama natin yan, si Ma'am Eleanor. Hello, Ma'am. Mag-ready ka na, Ma'am Eleanor. Ayan, ibin-broadcast ko na. Alright, so what you are seeing on your screen, actually, you are very much familiar with this, no? Alam na alam niyo yung Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Ursa Minor, Ursa Major na yan, no? Na, alam kong pamilyar na pamilyar ang ating mga learners dyan sa tinatawag nating constellations. Okay, so tungkol saan naman, ayan, Ma'am, ano yung nakikita namin dyan sa screen na yan? Okay, so, because we will be discussing also about constellations. Okay? Siyempre, doon tayo nakafocus eh. Diba? Sa constellation talaga. Now, eto tayo. Ano ba yung constellations? Okay? So, I know you are very much familiar with the definition of constellations. These are group of stars. Okay, so the constellation you can see at night depend on your location on Earth and the time of year. Constellations were named after objects, animals, and people long ago. And there are 88, actually, no? 88 constellations. Okay? So, kaya lang, no, yung constellation natin. So, the night, actually, the night sky looks slightly different. Magkakaiba, no? Each night because the Earth is in different spots in its orbit. So, wag tayo mag-expect na palaging yun ang nakikita. Our location on Earth also determine, okay, what stars and constellations you see. Okay? So, hindi palaging ganun, ano? And also, okay, makinig dito sa aking sasabihin. Ayan, alam ko nakikinig ang Godofredo Reyes, Senior National High School, si Paul Rosales. The Northern Hemisphere, right? So, the Northern Hemisphere is always pointing, okay, in a different direction than the Southern Hemisphere. So, this means when you go stargazing, kapag nag-stargazing ka, no, and you are in Australia, okay, ano ba ako, no? Pangarap ko yun, makarating sa Australia. No? When you are in Australia, you will get a different view, okay, of the sky if you are in the United States. So, yung mga nasa US at nasa Australia, magkaiba sila ng nakikita na constellation. Okay? So, another example, na babanggitin ko. Hello, Jester Velasquez. Alright, another example. When you are in the Northern Hemisphere looking in the night sky. So, ito lang, no? Pakita ko lang yung susunod. So, meron tayong susunod na illustration. Ayan. So, ayan, makikita niyo dyan, no? Eh, yun yung chart showing some of the constellations that are visible from the Northern Hemisphere in different times of year. Okay? So, credit to NASA. Ayan. So, yan din natin nakuha yan. Alright. So, yun yung sinasabi natin, no? Yung another example. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, si Australia and United States, magkaiba sila na nakikita. So, another one is when you are in the Northern Hemisphere, looking in the night sky on September 21, try to look at September 21, you'll probably see my zodiac. Ay, my zodiac, which is the constellation Pisces, no? Ayan, so constellation Pisces. But you won't see Virgo, okay, because that constellation is on the other side of the sun. Alright? So, yun yung sinasabi natin, yun yung tinutukoy natin dito, no? When you are in the Northern Hemisphere looking in the night sky on September 21, yan. Okay, so you'll probably see my zodiac, yun nga, which is Pisces, but you cannot see Virgo. Okay, because the constellation is on the other side of the sun. Alright? So, ayan yung ating example, no? Dami nating constellation. Alright, so let's now proceed with this one. Okay, so ayan yung mga example natin, no? Alam ko yung ating mga learners, favorite nila ito si Orion. Okay, si Orion, di ba, Janelle Paluti ng Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines. So, alam ko favorite mo to. Alright, so itong Orion is clearly visible in the night sky from November to February. Ayan, so actually yung tatlong belt niya, yung Orion's belt sa Philippines, di ba? Tinatawag nila yung tatlong Maria. Yung 3 stars na yan, tatlong Maria ang tawag nila dyan. Okay? So, ayan nga, ayan ang example natin isa ng constellation na si Orion. Alright, next one. Pakita pa tayo ng susunod. Ayan. So, ayan. Ang dami nyo nakikita na. Some constellations look like people. Mga itsura nila, di ba? Some look like animals. Actually, Sagittarius, as you can see, no? It looks like a teapot. Okay? Kung titingnan niya, di ba? I-try to assess kung ano yung itsura niya. It looks like a teapot. Okay? So, ayan yung mga ilan lamang sa ating mga constellation na parang tao, yung iba, hayop. Ayan. Tapos ito nga si Sagittarius ay parang teapot. Okay. Eto pa, meron akong ipapagawa, no? Nagutos talaga, no? Eto, look for the Polaris. Okay, so tingnan natin kung mahahanap si Polaris. Sige nga, learners, no? Look for the Polaris. Polaris is the North Star because it is located close, okay? Close to the North Celestial Pole, right? It is one of the well-known stars and it usually serves as a guide by seafarers. Okay? So, ayan. Okay, binabati ko lang ang mga taga Quirino National High School. Hello, Risha. So, tingnan nga natin, makikita nyo ba si Polaris dyan? Let us look for the guide. Ayan. So, meron tayong guide. Gagamit kayo ng guide dyan. Siyempre, paano nyo yung mahanap kung wala kayong guide? Okay, so tingnan natin yung guide natin dyan. Ano yung magiging guide nyo dyan? Sige nga, tingnan nga natin. Ano yung magiging guide para makita nyo kung nasaan si Polaris? Alright, so let us try to look at the Dubi. Ayan si Dubi, Dubi and Merak. Okay, so ayan si Little Dipper, okay, tsaka si Big Dipper. So nasan daw dyan si Polaris? Alright, so eto na, tingnan natin. I-reveal na natin. Alright. Okay, so ayan, nilagyan ko ng wilog. Okay? So remember that Polaris is part of the Little Dipper or Ursa Minor. This constellation is composed of 7 stars, 3 in the handle, if you will try to assess, no? And 4 in the head of the spoon. Okay, the Little Dipper is found above Big Dipper. Okay, where, Dubi is there, no? And then the Little Dipper is found above Big Dipper. Polaris is the last star in the handle, ayan, in the handle of the Little Dipper. Okay, so ayan siya. Kita niyo na, no? Siya si Polaris. Okay. So, nako. Meron tayong Pinoy na mga version no, ng mga constellation. We also have this what we call, some of you are very much familiar with Balatic and Moroporo constellations. Are you familiar with that, learners? Si Balatic and Moroporo. Balatic appears in December. Okay, tribal hunters, yun ang kanyang tribal hunters to foretell the coming kaingin. Yun yung guide na ng ating mga farmers, no? And time for planting na rin. So yan yung Balatic nating tinatawag. Okay, constellation Balatic. And also we have this Moroporo. Ano ka naman to si Moroporo? Okay, this Moroporo is used naman for sea navigation. Ginagamit ito pag navigate. Hello, good afternoon, Nika. Okay, eto, pag lumabas na to, beginning na ng planting season din. Okay? So, start na daw yan ng planting season. Kapag kayang si Moroporo ay lumabas na, di ba? Santa Lucia National High School, thank you so much. Ayan, si Tutor Marky. Ayan, thank you so much, Tutor Marky, for sharing this with your school. Ayan, Balatic and Moroporo. Ayan, si Ma'am Melinda. Hello, Ma'am Melinda. Merong input si Ma'am Melinda. Balatic and Moroporo are two of the more prominent star groups in the Philippine sky. Philippine cultures have myths. Okay? So, sagana talaga tayo sa mga myths, Ma'am Melinda. No? Ayan. So, ginagamit nga ito ng ating mga Pinoy. Ito nga yung nagsisilbing guide nila. Okay? So, hello po. Ayan, si Jester talagang laging nag-hi sa atin. Okay. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for your input. Alright, now let's proceed with, sinasabi ko na, 2:49. Nakatingin talaga tayo sa tayo, no? Ayan, gusto ko pa talagang mag-discuss tayo ng matagal. Pero syempre pa, may susunod pa sa atin. Kaya naman, eto na. Meron pa tayong konting oras para mag-quiz dahil alam ko kahit na ganun, kumbaga yung flow naman ng ating discussion ay maayos at alam kong nakikinig lahat ng ating mga learners kasabay ng kanilang mga teachers na talaga namang sumusuporta sa atin tuwing Lunes. Ayan, astrology daw sabi ni Jester. Alright, so let's have our quiz. Ihanda ang inyong comment section dahil pipili tayo ng Duty of the week for ito ang week 6 natin, ano? At saka star of the week nung nakaraan, ano, si Betchamen, no? Ah, i-PM mo ko ha at mag-usap tayo. Alright, so let's proceed now with our quiz. Okay. So ayan na nga. Tingnan natin kung mayroong namang natutunan ng ating mga learners. Are all the constellations visible from anywhere on Earth in the entire year? Naku, kakabanggit lang natin dito. I know the learners will know the answer to this. A, no, because the Earth revolves around the sun. B, no, because there are times that stars do not give off light. C, yes, because all constellations can be found in a one place. Or D, yes, because all the constellations do not change its position. All right, I know you know the answer to this. Answer mo, show mo. Ayan, tingnan natin. Ako, si Jester ang bilis. Letter C daw. Okay, tingnan natin. Are all the constellations visible from anywhere on Earth in the entire year? Kakabanggit lang natin yan kanina. Sinabi natin yan, di ba? Sabi ni Xavier, letter A daw. Tingnan natin kung sino ang makaka-perfect, ha? Dahil dun na ako pipili ng ating duty of the week, yung mga may 5/5 na score later, alright? Sabi ni Irish, letter A. Sabi ni Aurelio, letter A din daw. So what is the correct answer to this? Obviously, it's letter A. No, because the Earth revolves around the sun. That's the reason why, it's not visible from anywhere on Earth. All right? Okay, next, let's proceed with question number 2. How are constellation being used? A, in navigation. B, in keeping track of the calendar. C, in assessing when to plant crops. Or D, all of the above. Answer mo. Show mo. Learners, ayan, binabati kong muli ang mga taga San Mariana National High School. Thank you so much. Ma'am Judy Beledgrito. Ayan, Ma'am Judy, thank you so much po for supporting ETUlay. Alright, so sabi ni Mark Dave, letter D daw. Jester, letter D. Okay, so ayan, Elisha, ayan na si Betchamar Gonzalez. Betchamar, ikaw ang napili ko nung last week, ha? Mag-PM tayo mamaya. Alright, the correct answer to this is obviously all of the above. Constellation is being used in navigation, keeping track of the calendar, and assessing when to plant crops. All right, let's proceed with question number 3 now. Why are most of the constellations visible at night? Bakit nga ba, no? Is it A, because stars travel at night? B, because the sun is too bright? C, because they only appear at night? D, because of the motion of Earth in its orbit around the sun. Answer mo. Show mo. Ayan, tingnan natin ang ating mga learners. Nako, napakabilis niyan. At alam nila ang sagot dyan. Hello, Micaela May from Malabon National High School. Thank you so much for watching ETUlay. Alright, Ma'am Elena. Opo, Ma'am Elena. Siya po ang aking napili. Thank you so much, Ma'am Elena. Alright, okay. Kimberly Priya, ayan, si Ma'am Sakwes ang kanyang advisor. Alright, so the correct answer, sabi nila letter D, ang dami nagsagot ng letter D. And of course, the correct answer to this is letter D. Yes, because of the motion of Earth in its orbit around the sun. Alright, next, let's proceed with question number 4 this time. Can you see the same stars every night? A, yes, stars do not change position. B, yes, we are seeing the same stars every night. C, no, the stars travel from one place to another. D, no, as the Earth rotates, the part of the sky you can see changes. All right, is it A, B, C, or D? Can you see the same stars every night? Answer mo, show mo. Ayan, tingnan natin ang ating mga learners kung kaya nilang sagutin ang question number 4. Ayan, sabi ni Ivan Garo, letter B. Sabi ni Jester D. Sabi ni Mark Dave D. Si Henschel, letter D din. Alright, Riza May. Okay, so what is, what is the correct answer to this? Okay, the correct answer is letter D. Tama. Okay, tama sila. No, as the Earth rotates, the part of the sky you can see changes. Okay? Next, number 5. Last question. Medyo nakakati na yung aking lalamunan. Why are some constellations not seen in certain months? A, because the Earth revolves around the sun. B, because the brightness of the sun outshines their visibility. C, because of the gravity that affects the rotation and revolution of the Earth. D, because of the tidal waves attracting each other, creating a huge tsunami that washed out the constellation. Why are some constellations not seen in certain months? Answer mo, show mo. Ayan, medyo naiiba na yung aking boses na naman, ha? Ang taas yata ng energy ko, kaya medyo na yung boses ko. Alright! Sabi ni Mika, letter D. Abigail, letter D daw. Alright, why are some constellations not seen in certain months? Sabi ni Chanel, letter A. Sabi ni Tiffany, letter C. Ito, iba-iba sila ng opinion dito, no? Tingnan natin kung sino ang mamamayagpag sa question number 5 at makakapaglagay ng 5/5 na score sa ating chat box. Okay, let me see. The correct answer to this is letter A. Because the Earth revolves around the Sun. Diba? Okay, so tingnan natin ha. Type nyo nga yung scores nyo dyan sa ating comment section. Tingnan natin yung mga naka 5/5. Dahil doon lang ako pipili ng ating cutie of week 6. Ayan, tingnan natin. Naku, sa'yo naman gesture, no? 4/5. Ayan, siguro na-confused dito sa last question natin. So, ayan, naku, may nakita na ako si Shine. Si Sofia din 5. Ayan, ako may mga, si Dennis 5, si Gian 5, si Marian 5. Ang daming 5. Ayan, so dyan tayo bibili sa Elisha. Si Grayamar 5, si Andre Santos 5. Naku, ayan na. Ang dami ko na namang randomly. Mag-i-spin na naman akong ganyan. Kung kanino matapat sa kanya ang GCash load. Wait, konti lang yan. Alright. So, i-announce ko yan next week. Mag-a-announce din ako ng ating mga maraming kasi meron tayong maraming shares and marami yung palaging nag-share. So bibigyan din natin siya ng reward. Okay? So learners, teachers and parents, please continue po sharing this episode po. Ayan. Ay, Mami Linda, hello po Mami Linda. Okay. So bago tayo magtapos ng ating, syempre hindi ko kayo iniiwan, di ba, nang wala tayong words to ponder. So, eto na. According to William Shakespeare, it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. What do you mean by that? Okay, sabi ni William Shakespeare, it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Okay, so, ayan, hello po mga tsaga Diamantina na tumutok sa atin mula umpisa hanggang dulo, no? Obviously, we just use stars as our guide, di ba? So, kumbaga, ang tingin natin sa stars kasi, yan ang nagbibigay liwanag on whatever path we want to, di ba? So, pero, syempre pa, kung yon ang nagsisilbi nating guide, syempre, dapat daw tayo sa sarili natin ay kikilos, di ba? Syempre, hindi naman pwedeng sundan lang natin ang stars. Diba? Huwag tayong kumapit lang doon na ang bituin talaga, kasi pag sinabing bituin talaga namang ang tingin natin doon ay pag-asa. Yes, there's always hope. Pero sa ating sarili, kailangan nating kumilos. Kailangan nating magtrabaho or katulad niya, nag-aaral kayo, kailangan nyo mag-aral ng mabuti, di ba? Para kung ano mang yung sinusundan yung stars, di ba? Ay maabot nyo, kumbaga ma-reach nyo, di ba? O dito ako, eto yung gusto kong tahakin, susundan ko yung path na ito. Okay? Pero yun lang ang gagawin mo. Use that as a guide. Okay? Pero you need to work and work, okay? Para ma-achieve mo yon kung ano man yung gusto mo sa buhay. Okay? So, ayan, ang dami ng, thank you so much, Risha, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maribel Imperial. Ayan, salamat. Ma'am Eleanor Aquino, see you sa week 8. Sama ng ating mga iba pang mga teachers dyan, ay akin din iimbitahan. Thank you so much, Mika. Ayan, maraming salamat. Noong natapos na naman tong araw na ito, at yun nga, dahil nga stars ang ating pinag-uusapan, kayo pong mga learners, teachers and parents, ang stars talaga, no, na nagsisilbing guide ng lahat. Okay? Kumbaga kayo po ang aming inspirasyon para magpatuloy pa itong ating ETUlay session, no? Na alam mo yun, na tayo ay talagang hindi titigil hanggat hindi kayo natututo, hanggat hindi lahat ay nagkakaroon ng tamang kaalaman, nagkakaroon ng maraming kaalaman. Ayan, lalo na yung mga teachers nyo dyan na laging nakakasama natin every week, no? Talaga namang nandyan sila kasi gusto nila kayong subaybayan dahil kumbaga star din ang turing nila sa inyo. Ayan, maraming salamat po mga teachers, learners, and parents. Sana po sa susunod uling linggo, no? Sa ngalan po ng aking kasama na si Tutor Kevin na director na ngayon, ako po muli si Tutor Bandong from SDO Malabon. Sana po sa susunod uling linggo ay makasama ko kayo. Susunod na po sila Tutor Rainier at Tutor Ijad ng Grade 10 Science. At kung kayo po ay may comment, just type in or email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. Maraming salamat po. Hanggang sa muli, mag-iingat po kayong lahat. Thank you so much. Paalam! Thank you!
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!